Hey folks, we start tonight with a view at the coast. This from our new tower cam at South Padre Island, looking kind of southeastward. You recognize some of the buildings in there, the water kind of over there, the bay back behind us. A nice view, and right now, not raining at the moment. Rained pretty good earlier, and it will rain a lot over the course of the next couple of days, but this is the view right now, just overcast skies at South Padre Island and really across most of the valley. Let's look at that satellite image, shall we? And again, that camera, of course, sitting right here, kind of looking this direction out into the edge of the storm. Harvey now has an eye, and a pretty well-defined eye. It pops in there very briefly before it recycles the loop, but there it is. Pretty impressive looking. It's at 85 miles per hour right now. That's the winds, 24/7 at 93.9, moving to the north-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. Now that forecast path takes it to just off the coast of the island of the valley by tomorrow afternoon, probably at its closest point about 11 or noon, something like that. But with that, all the strongest winds are out close to the center, within about 25 miles of the center. So hurricane force winds probably not here or even on the island. The hurricane force winds will stay offshore, but tropical storm force winds likely making it a little farther inland. Now by the time we get to Saturday at 1 a.m. or just after midnight tomorrow night, it's very close to the coast of Corpus Christi as a Category 3 storm, and then it begins to weaken slowly, but even Sunday at 1 o'clock still has 50-mile-per-hour winds. It meanders around the coastal bend and then finally begins to race off to the northeast and get out of here. But it's going to drop a lot of rain up in the Corpus Christi, Victoria area over the next couple of days. You can see the well-defined eye now on the radar. That's it sitting right out there. That system is expected to move off to the northwest. And again, we stopped the model at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here we are, there it is, and those tightly packed circles, those are isobars, and the more there are and the closer together they are, that's a difference in air pressure. And that means the winds are really strong. It's kind of like a funnel. Each line represents a depth, kind of looking down into the funnel. Where there's not many, it's pretty broad. Where there's a bunch, it's a deep low pressure, and the winds really get strong, and then an awful lot of wind and rain associated with that. By Friday night, it's close, and again, this model also, this is the NAM. It keeps it not far from the area between Corpus Christi and San Antonio for a while. If it gets close enough to San Antonio, boy, big-time flooding possible in the hill country. Wherever this is, there's going to be big-time flooding. Look at this. Right now we're forecasting 15 inches plus from about Corpus Christi almost all the way to Houston. Not quite back to San Antonio, but close. 10 to 15 inches outside of that. For us, we're looking at 4 to 6 in the coastal counties, 2 to 4 inches in the western part of the valley, and 1 to 2 inches in Mexico, and then over to Rio Grande City and Roma. But McAllen, you're in the 2 to 4 range. McAllen, Far Edinburgh, Harlingen, maybe 4 or so. Brownsville, maybe 4, and then northeastward from there, more than that. The expected winds across the valley, everybody sees gusts to at least 30 miles per hour. And as you get off closer to the actual storm, you're looking at gusts to 40 up and down the I-69C corridor, gusts to 50 in the eastern part of the valley, and right on the coast, gusts up to 70 miles per hour, maybe even a hurricane force gust at South Padre Island up to Port Mansfield. So for tonight, showers developing. It's not going to be those squalls initially, but by morning, you'll start to see that squally rain come in where it gets really windy for a little while. Rains really hard. You end up with, again, 2 to 4, maybe 5 inches of rain over the course of a couple of days. Temperatures stay in the 80s until next week. I think by Monday now, it looks like the storm should move out of Texas. It looks like it should begin to move, or at least move away from us, and we should begin to dry out. That's your updated First Warn 5 forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.